Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. I thought, a good way to get the Monday started is with a little bit of Queen. I think that's always a great idea. It's Dan Giancola coming live from you from Tampa, Florida. Kind of a different change up here instead of, some of the other amazing people you've had on here, like Loren out of beautiful Oregon. So happy Monday, happy first day of OEP, and let's get things going for a quick power-packed meeting here. So starting off with an awesome quote. Being persistent may lead you to the door, but consistency is the key which unlocks it, which is absolutely no joke with that, right? That's one of the biggest things with OEP. If this is your first OEP or AEP, guess what? Consistency is king. Doing the same thing every time. You'll get amazing results. But let's jump in, try to get out of here in 15 minutes and get you back ready to work with your clients. So like every week, we will go through a tip of the week. We'll do a sales shout out. We'll take a look at who's rocking there. And then today, I'm just going to go through 9 simple OEP hints for success. And guess what? Yeah, one of them is consistency. So tip of the week, the first big one that I wanted to shout out. We sent an email, I believe it was this morning, had a lot of information on it, had information on the bonuses. If you have not logged in and checked the bonuses at AHCPsales.com, I highly recommend you do that. Put it on your wall, get ready to focus. But the one for this week is that you can still get contracted. Got a question about this on Friday. Hilarious enough, phone call. Can I still contract? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So new contracts are still able to happen. Not really aware of any carriers that are doing the big blackout yet. There's blackouts when it comes to transferring appointments, Medicare and things like that. But for new appointments, absolutely not, right? If you have not taken a look at the state carrier map and seen what you need to get appointed with, I get it, it's the first day of AEP, but AEP runs through January. So you still got time, right? Contact agency services there at 877-228-8773 or contracting at ahcpsales.com. There's tons of new major med appointments that are still available. If you are doing Medicare, guess what? Florida Blue is available for Medicare. That is a huge one. It's the first year they're letting people contract that that don't live in Florida, and it's not captive, right? So this is kind of mind-blowing. If you do Medicare, you work in Florida, have a Florida license, please get that one. It'll be a game changer. So taking a look at what's going on as far as for the week. For a short-term medical sale, UHC, they rocked our short-term medical sales. Actually, they were 50% of our sales. NatGen was 25% and Pivot was the other 25%. Funny enough. For the limited med, it was definitely NatGen by a landslide. For accident. Our accident products, NatGen is the one that rocked there with the plan enhancer with over 50% of our sales. They also rock our critical illness. And then in dental, the dental vision hearing product from NatGen was our big one. So DVH, which means I know people are working over 50, those over 55, over 65, which get the Florida Blue, man, get the Florida Blue. With it too, our leaders of the week for sales. So Katia Santa Maria, good job taking #1 for short term. #2 coming in there as Jordan Gordon, and #3 Evan Tunis. Limited med, bam! It's going to be a huge limited med year too, right? So Natanya Davis and Christopher Wang. So good job rocking those. And the last one's coming in strong with some supplements. This week we picked accident. So Blake Bowman and David Silbert. So if you take a look, it's been a lot of NatGen, which funny enough, I guess another tip of the week is the NatGen quoting engine is down this morning. So hang tight on that. Should be up hopefully in the next couple hours, but like every OEP, I swear technology happens. One of my friends' internet is already down today. So it's happening. My internet went down once today already too. So happy OEP. It is pure chaos and we do it, if you can't hear, with a smile. So let's go through some tips for success. I know I did the quote about consistency, but tips for AEP, OEP success, right? First off, consistency. Do every step you would do on a normal sale. So one of my very first year, actually the very first year of OEP, and I've been around that long, it's sad, I know, but I was working with one of my agents and absolutely killed it. I've never seen somebody make so many sales. Right after OEP, he lost like 80% of his business. Why? He didn't do it. He cut corners. Next year, he did the same exact thing he would do outside of OEP, looking at the doctors, explaining the benefits thoroughly, just doing the normal process, and he had his usual stick rate. So first thing is consistency, right? I get it. We might have a lot of clients we might want to be plumbing through, but that client you cut the corners off on, right? They go through, talk to the next rep that does a thorough job. I think they'll stick with that agent instead. So consistency is huge. Next one, it's open enrollment. I know we're crazy, but dependability, right? So how can people be successful? Well, extend your office hours. If you haven't told your clients that you're going to do it, please do it today. If you've decided you're not going to do it right now, that's fine. But I'll tell you, the majority of business comes in usually the first couple of weeks of open enrollment and then the last week. This year, it's going to be a little different since it's extended into January. So I'd expect the week of December 15th and then the last week of January doing a little bit of cleanup work. Let your clients know what your office hours are. Add a couple hours into them, right? You say, hey, I work 24 hours a day, and somebody calls you at 11 at night and you don't answer, you don't work 24 hours a day. Set office hours and be like, hey, you know what? If you need to have an appointment outside of that, I completely understand. So just let them know and then say, hey, you know what? Outside of open enrollment, these are my normal hours, right? Why tell them that? Because they'll actually wait to call you. You're not going to get all these random calls. And that way you are dependable because you have the hours that you will answer the phone. So dependability is actually kind of a large one, not as big as consistency. Don't forget to cross-sell, which kind of a joke this morning, right? Since our biggest cross-sell engine is down, hang tight, it will be back up, but don't forget to cross-sell. I get it. It might take more time. I had a friend, his first year of open enrollment, decided to sell all of his major meds and all of his short-term, saying, hey, I'm going to go back to my clients. I'm going to sell them the dental. I'm going to go through and sell them the other products as well. You know what? Don't do that. Do it on the first call. Keep it consistent with that. Do it like you normally would do it. So it might take a little time, but do the right job first. Take care of all of their needs. I had another one who said, you know what? I actually sell my dental after AEP or OEP. Calls his clients, they already enrolled, right? It's going to be in their minds. They might go online. They think they're doing a really good job, but they're cutting you out of the equation. So spend a little time. One of the fun things to do is you can actually have, if you do physical appointments, I get it, COVID, things like that, but have a sheet out there. You can even do it in an email, right? That has accident, what the product's differences are, like maybe an accident medical expense versus accident fixed benefit, critical illness versus the CI versus the CHS, and then the dental options, maybe a dental PPO versus a dental indemnity, let's say, right? You can add it to them. So it kind of gives them the, the which close, which one of these will work for you as you go down, right? Where, maybe CHS is going to be better for a younger person, where CI might be for somebody who's worried about needing the larger dollar amount, worried about having more of the illnesses. So don't forget to cross-sell and do a quality job with it. Make sure to have the ability for them to do it, because if you don't cross-sell, somebody else will, right? Don't skip one product, right? Some people, another friend, I have a lot of friends who are agents, right? I have another friend who decided not to do any CI or CHS during open enrollment, being like, they just take too long. You make such good money on that, right? No, do it right. Okay, another one here. So tips, hint for success is take care of the low-hanging fruit first. A lot of people, like, we got that personality type of, I want to take on the challenge. I want to try really, really, really hard. I get it. We all do, but do the easy ones first. Now is not the time to chase. The old phrase is don't chase, replace, right? So I get it. We're going to want to work with our clients, but save the dead period of open enrollment, those middle weeks, to work with the very difficult clients. In the beginning, these first few weeks, don't line up your hard clients because they are a time suck. And what you can spend on one hard client, you could probably close 4 or 5 easier clients, right? So I know this sounds kind of weird, but take care of the low-hanging fruit first. Next one as well is know when to break up and when to step away. So know when to break up. don't be afraid to break up with a client. If you have that client, that's not going to be a good one for you to work with. It. You're not going to be able to, really add into your client mix successfully. Break up with them. There's a billion other agents that they could work with, right? Again, don't chase, replace. And I know we want to get every sale we possibly could, but if this is going to be a nightmare client and you know it, and later on they might be a nightmare client, there are some people who that is what they specialize in as agents, right? They specialize in those nightmare clients. So don't be afraid to just say, I don't think this is actually going to be a good fit right now. Let's make sure we can get you somebody who can help you with your needs. That's not something I specialize in, right? If you've heard me, been with the company for a while, about 5 years ago, we did a whole series on do what you specialize in and be successful in it, right? Don't spread yourself thin. Make sure you find the client base that you're successful with, because that's the easiest way to get referrals, right? Is with people who enjoy working with you. Next one is don't forget to do your follow-up. Again, I get it. We're going to be busy. This week, we're going to sell a ton of clients. Make sure to still call them 14 days after, right? Make sure to do your normal follow-up. Still put it in your schedule. If you cut out all the follow-up, you're not going to know if they cancel. Then, there's people who they're going to sell, I don't know, let's say 30, 40 clients this week. Still do the follow-up. Do what's right. Because if you don't do the follow-up, they have a question on their policy. They call in to, let's say, UHC, find out that maybe it's not going to be the best fit and you could have easily switched it. UHC switches it. Maybe you're no longer the agent of record. Not good, right? Not good. Do your follow-up. Set aside follow-up time daily. Contracting. Yes, you can still contract for your carriers, right? That's one of the things that people get worried about. It's open enrollment. Can I contract? No. Rumor has it that maybe, starting in Q1, some carriers might be taking a little contracting break, but right now in Q4, yes, you can still contract with the carriers that you need. Again, go to the state carrier map there on AHCPsales.com. Click on your state. You can see what's available and what you can contract with. This one is huge, 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 huge. We're busy, but we're going to do the same steps, right? We're going to do follow-up. Also, obviously you're going to ask for referrals, but also ask for your feedback reviews. If you've been trying to build your social media presence out there, this is when you're going to have the largest influx of clients. Spend the extra 2 minutes to explain why reviews matter, right? You're going to have large volume of business. That could equal a large volume of reviews, which would help us outside of OEP when we're traditionally a little slower. So now is still a good time to ask. Make sure to do it on every sale. Part of your follow-ups as well. Make sure to ask for your referral. Make sure to ask for your review. Both of the R's. Those are important. And the second to last one is be unique, right? So clients are going to get a lot of calls. What makes you stand out? Why would somebody want to work with you? What can you do in open enrollment to, instead of being one of the other 100 calls, be the last call they make, right? What makes you unique? Do you work with a specific target group? Do you have a unique way of working? Do you have a unique style? I was out at a dinner 2 days ago with a friend, and she went through and she redid her whole business to kind of give it a unique theme in her niche market. I don't want to give it away because I don't want people to steal it, but it is very, very unique, and I included the color pink. And she said after she went through and revamped everything, she had a large influx because she was unique and people wanted to work from her. If you look the same as everybody else and you do the same thing as everybody else, you are just everybody else and no one's going to come to you specifically. Be unique. And the last one here is have fun. Why did we say that? Because people want to work with somebody that they can trust, that they enjoy, and they see as an expert, right? If you are having fun and liking what you do, that last one's easy. They can work with somebody they enjoy because you enjoy your job, right? But trust and see as an expert, those are the two big things. If you say you're going to call them back, make sure to call them back. If they have a question, either answer it or say, you know what, I don't have the answer, I can get back to you. Those three things, trust, seen as an expert, and enjoy, can easily close any sales. So it's OEP. I have 1 minute left because I want to get us off the phone so we can get back to selling. So the last thing is I want to thank everybody for stopping in today, right? We're going to have some change ups in our Motivation Mondays coming up. So keep tuning in. They will be quick, right? We don't want to sit here and drone on for forever. It's not a lecture. It's a pump up. So if you have any questions on anything I went over, comments or concerns, you can always email training@ahcpsales.com. If you need to get contracted with any of the carriers, feel free to call agency services at the 877-228-8773. And then keep in mind, we always have our YouTube, which if you haven't been on, has all of our old Motivation Mondays, dating back for years and years and years ago, I'm sure. And then also some product information and other training videos. Our training videos are up 24/7, so please feel free to watch them. Other than that, everybody, happy first day of OEP. There's going to be some curveballs. Keep the smile on your face and keep consistent. Have a good one, everyone.